Well, welcome back, everyone. Well, as part of our political coverage of all different races that are going on in the Tri-North counties, we like to check in with the candidates to see how it's going out there. You know, we can report on it, but you're the ones in the trenches. And you often hear this. You hear there's upstate politics and then there's Saratoga. So Saratoga always seems to have so much going on. And joining me today is a face I know you know, John Safford is the Republican candidate for mayor of Saratoga Springs. So welcome back, John.
Thank you.
Very nice
Glad
to have
be
you
here.
Before we went on air, John and I were talking, and I think you're on your second or third pair of shoes.
I am, my third pair.
So tell us, how's it going on?
It's going well. I've talked to 37. I've stopped at 3,700 homes.
Oh my God!
And have talked to probably 1,300 people.
Wow!
Actually talked to them, and it's this is a wonderful city, and the people have been just terrific to me.
Well, you know, we know because we do the Saratoga City Council meetings, and the public question and answer period, sometimes there's lines out the door. I mean, this is a very active community.
Indeed it
and
is.
Given the opportunity, the public will tell you what they think.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, wearing out a couple of pair of shoes. How's the weight? You losing any weight?
I lost 15 pounds.
You did?
You know,
Okay.
yeah, this is a good thing for me so far. It's been a blast.
Hey, tell us, in talking to that many people, what are you hearing? What are they concerned about?
Well, a lot of people are concerned about infrastructure. A lot of people are concerned about safety for a variety of reasons.
Sure, I bet. Yeah.
A lot of people are concerned about making sure that there's places for their kids to find work here. So a lot of my platform has been based on what I have heard and who I've talked to out there and moving forward. A lot of people are concerned about kind of dysfunction a lot of people ask me that.
Yes.
Dysfunction at the council meetings and whether I could do something about that.
Yeah, well, you know, we hear that also.
You know.
Very, very varied opinions. Everyone's opinionated.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's I think the phrase that I always loved was herding cats. You know, it's really sometimes difficult to corral that.
Indeed.
But important to be able to do that because that's what leadership is,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
I got you. Now, I want to go back on a couple of things you just mentioned as major concerns that you're hearing from the public at large. Infrastructure, that could be development, that could be green space, right? It could be a number of things.
Yeah, there's always been a kind of a divide between those two things, and but infrastructure specific infrastructure has to do primarily with parking and traffic and certain, for example, the two ends of Gilbert Road. We need to do something to mitigate the traffic congestion that occurs there. And there are some other areas as well, but like just outside of Starbucks, that corner, there's things that need to be done there, but also infrastructure from a physical plant kind of thing.
Sure.
The mayor's office is responsible for the capital budget to put it together. They get feedback from everybody, but that's something that I think could be improved on dramatically.
Now, you know, we're aware of a lot of the RFPs that are out there.
Yes.
A request for proposals from different developers, whatever, and you know, those always presented to the city and they have to go through it. One that seems particularly controversial is the one that they're talking about right over here, across from Henry.
Yes, well, that's exactly the point that I make. I don't think that right now you have a growing area that's just naturally growing on Henry Street. We don't want to take away from that right now. If we're going to build something that's supposedly this destination, I think that it's a wrong time to do that right now.
Well, you know what? As soon as you hear about these RFPs, immediately the public starts to react. Oh, Saratoga is overdeveloped.
Yes, we hear that a lot.
You know, you do. I'm sure you heard that almost every person that you talk to.
And people are very concerned about maintaining open space, like the Pitney Farm.
That's right.
Which I totally agree with.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, any development, if it's smart development, takes both of those things into consideration. The opportunity for the citizens who live in the city in terms of growth and income potential, but also the opportunity to protect the spaces that they will enjoy in their grandchildren.
Constant balance.
Yes, a constant balance. Big news for you today is last night I'm sitting at home and my phone went off immediately. The Saratoga Pack endorsed you as their candidate of choice for mayor. Bob Manns is going to be a guest tomorrow here on
Good,
look today
That's
to
good.
discuss the criteria for the priorities that they set.
Right.
But in doing so, you were asked a lot of questions from that pack about your position on things,
Yes, I
right?
was. Well, I've been, my point of view has been their point of view. What
Mm-hmm.
I say to people is that they absolutely have a right. You know, this is a free speech issue, number
Mm-hmm.
one. They have a legitimate point of view that I support and have right from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm glad they endorsed me. They're not giving any money to anybody, which is, you know, I wish they were, but, you know.
I guess, right? Campaigns are
You know.
expensive, but you want to know something that also takes away that one layer of, partisan,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah,
they've
well,
been endorsing candidates on both sides of the fence.
3 Democrats, 2 Republicans.
Yes, right.
Which
So
is very interesting.
I
But
think
they
it
did
is
it very
too.
objectively. You know,
What was the criteria?
well, the criteria was this survey that they sent out. They just listed all of the things in terms of what's most important to the citizen, and then they interviewed the candidates and found, you know, and they basically compared those two and picked the ones that you know, the candidates that answered the questions similar to what the people needed and wanted.
They needed and wanted.
Pretty objective.
I think it's really quite an effort on their part
It
to
was.
do that,
Expensive, too.
maintain objectivity. That's right, and
Yeah.
go through the expense of it.
I like
we're-
what they've been trying to do.
Yeah, I'm
like
very
those
interested
guys.
in what
Yeah,
they're doing personally. You're the Republican candidate, but you've gotten some other party endorsements as well, John.
It's very
right?
unusual.
Yeah, what
very
have you got?
unusual. I had the Conservative, the Independence Party. I worked hard to get those, and also the Reform Party.
Oh, interesting. No, you don't usually see that.
No,
No, you
no,
don't.
you don't. It's very unusual.
Only a couple of weeks left.
Yeah,
Are you getting nervous?
2 weeks from yesterday.
I know.
Well, you have emotional ups and downs when you do this. I'm pretty steady emotionally, but yeah, I have my sleepless nights and my thinking, what am I going to say to you next time I meet you? That
Yeah,
type
that's
of
right.
thing. But I could say this has been a blast. I'm so glad I did it. I would encourage anybody to get involved, even at this level, to, if they've never done it in their life, consider it.
Boy,
Do
that's
it.
wonderful.
Do it.
Oh, that's great, John. Well, best of luck.
Okay.
I'm
Thank you.
sure I'll
Thanks
see you
for
out
having
there
me
on
back.
the street. Yes.
Oh, I'll be out there.
And just one other note that we did a 30-minute interview, Mike Lenz did, with Beyond the Headlines, with John. 30 minutes, just talking about the issues, and we're airing that like crazy between now and Election Day. So please check your local listings for that.
Thank you
And
for
best of luck, John. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. It's always fun.
To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.